In the last episode you saw this thing, and I'm quite proud of that, and it's got a few little faults, a few little things to deal with. So today I'm just going to have a short while, just a little bit more tapping on that. I want to deal with this curvature here, which is, I tapped it out the other day and it's come back in. There's a bit of tension in it somewhere. Those of you who know about this stuff, shaping metal and whatnot, you'll know that when you start making alternative compound curvature in a piece of flat metal, you know that there's stretching and shrinking going on. There's stretching in the deep part, shrinking on the top bits, and it pulls it in all directions, and it makes it just unstable. And what happens, as you've seen there, I tapped that little notch out the other day and it's come back just by simply sitting still over the last 4 or 5 days and relaxing, or since last weekend. That sat there and just relaxed. The metal's kind of normalised, I guess, over time, and that's just popped back. So I'm going to deal with that, and then I'm going to strengthen it, because it ain't no good like that. That is no use. The minute I start sitting on that, as I said to you, it's only going to get one layer, a thick layer of leather on it. That's all it's going to get. There's not going to be any padding. So there's nothing's going to hide any mistakes. Ripples don't matter, not important, because the leather will hide the ripples, and I will be rolling over this with a flat disc to kind of smooth out the little hammer marks and whatnot just a bit. But there's really nowhere to hide when it comes to mistakes, so I've got to get that right. And once that bit of leather's on it and I start using it, there's every opportunity for it to just twist and distort. With my fat ass on it, it's highly likely that it'll end up possibly with that little thing coming back. So it needs some strength, and I'm going to make some strength. I'm going to make some extrusion today, and extrusion is extremely strong, and that will get welded underneath, and then it's onto that I can then weld the bolts that are going to hold it down. Again though, like last time, I'm not going to bite off more than I can chew. I'm going to deal with a few bits and pieces quickly first. It won't be another whole hammering video. I haven't got the energy. And then we'll make some extrusion for the underneath. Try and strengthen it up. It's like an ass on its own. Let's get stuck in. Welcome back. There we go. That's as good as it's going to get before the next stage. It smells nice now. Love metal smells. Right, a little curve in there, which I wanted a curve in the centre edge, but only just, and it's kind of from there back. I just wanted a little ridge in it, just to follow the line so it's not obtrusive when you sit on it. And it's lovely. I tried it, I've sat on it, and that's absolutely perfect now. There's no pressure points. That's just finally one more time. That's the purpose of this anatomic shape. is that it's quite small, and when you sit on it, if you're sitting on a flat surface, you know the bones of your ass just take all the pressure, so that's where it becomes uncomfortable, and therefore you put foam in the seat that absorbs that. But if you have a seat base that is that shape, there's nothing for foam to absorb, so there's no need for as much, and in this case, any foam. Now, it's not getting any foam, it's just getting I mean, okay, I'm going to be guided by the upholsterer because they're professionals and they know what they're doing. Feeling this now, it's stronger than it's ever been. It's lovely. Short of heat tempering that's as good as it's going to get. It's shaped by its many facets. So look, talking too much, I'm just going to put some extrusion underneath now to strengthen it up, and it is from there that I can do the bolts that will go into the seat frame. So let's first of all make a couple of lengths of extrusion. I've only done it once, let's see how I get on with it, and they'll get welded underneath. There you go. One seat base, hammered out, smoothed. Right, the reason I'm making this extrusion from sheet metal is because I could easily get some of that flat stock, that 1/4 inch thick steel, and just weld strips of that along underneath it. That would be very easy, but also that's the point, it would be too easy. Plus it's very heavy and it would weigh the seat down, and I want to keep it under 5 kilos. It's 4 kilos at the moment, I don't want to weigh that up. So I'm going to use sheet metal, extrude like box section, and effectively that will make it strong and light. So really for me, just an exercise in thinking about it and doing it with a little bit more class than just the most obvious way. Right, scroll.
cut the grass, it always makes it grow. How comes I can only grow long hair from my nose? How comes I always cook far too much spaghetti? And why's no clever scientist ever interviewed a Yeti? How comes retail prices always end in 99? And how comes my computer doesn't work all the time? I don't know, I don't know, don't ask me mate, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, don't ask me mate, I don't know, I don't know, I haven't got a clue mate, I don't know, I don't know, don't ask me, I haven't got a clue mate, I don't know. How comes when you want some rain it's nearly always sunny? How comes when you tell a joke it's never half as funny? How comes when you find a sock the other one's in hiding? And when you want a stroll on the beach you'll always find a tide in? How comes when you get a flat you've never got a jack? And every time you join a queue you're always at the back? I don't know, I don't know, don't ask me mate, I don't know, I don't know, I haven't got a clue mate, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, don't ask me pal, I don't know, I haven't got a clue, I just don't know, you can't ask for any more than that mate, I don't know. How comes when I cut the grass it always makes it grow? How comes I can only grow long hair from my nose? How comes I always cook far too much spaghetti? Why is no clever scientist ever interviewed a Yeti? How comes retail prices always end in 99? And how comes my computer doesn't work all the time? I don't know, I don't know, don't ask me mate, I don't know. I don't know, I don't know, don't ask me mate, I don't know. I don't know, I haven't got a clue mate, I don't know, ask someone else. I just haven't got a clue.
Let's have a look. 2 p.m. came in here at about 9. So that's the first 4 or 5 hours. Just making this little carrier, little extruded metal carrier, which fits neatly into 4 mount holes like that. I'm going to weld. Just going to tack those bolt heads into the extrusion because when it's welded to the seat base, you won't be able to get to them. So it'll just spin, and that will just be annoying. So that now was most important to see that that fits. Get the 4 heavyweight mounts in the frame, nice and beef, so that because you'll be sitting on them forever, and that just flops on there. Usually. So that's now floating. You can see at that angle, there's about probably, well, there's 1 nut width at the moment that's floating by. I can put maybe a 2nd nut on there and bring it a bit higher if I need to. It's all adjustable, but I've got to weld those bolts in first, and then once that's done, I've got to profile this straight edge. It's no good that because the seat's curved, so I've got to then get really creative with the flat disc and wear this away and morph it to the shape of the seat base and then weld it to the seat base so that this is the seat itself, and it can then just drop into position and be nutted up from underneath. Right, enough chat, let's go on with it.
You know that there's nothing that you can do.
weighs exactly half a kilo, so 1 pound. Yep, a pound of steel. Put it on the bike. Better. Lifting it that inch, I suppose 3/4 of an inch, it's lifted up now. That's absolutely the right riding position. Just a little bit more forward, a little bit higher in the tail, and a little bit more room here now. I'm not so down deep in it where this edge is right on my back. It's now on my belt, so it's a lot safer. If it hit me where my belt is. That's below any moving vertebrae, so it is a lot safer. Where I go with that yet, I don't know. Another day. But that's nice. Yep. There we go. Did more than I thought I'd do today. That's pretty cool. A little bit more beatage. Now I could keep beating on that forever. I think in the end you're just pushing it round in a circle. You know, I've made the shape, that's good enough. It's all going to get covered up with leather anyway. So underneath, nice and strong. There we go. Like I said at the beginning, extrusion. Extrusion is extremely strong because it's kind of half box section, and once you weld it in, it becomes box section. So that's kind of box strong underneath. There is probably 1/16 of an inch of distortion, kind of that way, like a twist to it. When it's on the bike, it sits about 1/16 higher that side than that. That's just my OCD, but that's very easy. I just put a washer on the other side, or even grind the nut down, whatever. Also, the other side of it is with the 4 nuts underneath as the basic height. I can mess about with that. If I want it tilted more forward, I can put more at the back or less at the front, or both, whatever. So I can actually fine tune the way that that sits on the bike as much as I want until I'm comfy. And that's great. So there we are. And again, sitting probably that much higher than I was on the naked skin, that's made this thing a lot safer. Like I said, many of you expressed a concern, and quite rightly so too, that ridge was something that might, if I got shunted from the rear, might put an impact in my back. And yep, good point. But where it hits me now, because I'm sitting a lot higher, is where, just like where my belt is, just below my belt. Now, as I said, there's no moving vertebrae below that point as such, so you're a lot safer. However, I still may yet do something with that, so rest assured that's not finished yet. Let's pop it on. There's going to be a little bit of that bit there, by the way. I'm just going to bodywork that in the end. I'll probably fill that with some expanding foam, and then like paint across. I'm going to paint this. I'm going to put some filler underneath there. In the next fabrication video, I'm going to put some filler in there, so it looks a bit neat from the side. You will never see that bit when it's on the bike, and it's not going to come off the bike. It's not like a lift-off seat, it's bolted on permanently, so that's the only bit you see. And then I'll paint the whole thing, possibly not so much the top, but whatever, because the upholsterer, I'll talk to the upholsterer about that. And then I'll send it out for upholstery, as they say on American Chopper. No way! Right, put it on there. There you go. If that needs to come up a little bit, like I said, can adjust it. Anyway, right. From this point on, I'm going to take a tiny break from the project. I know you're following it avidly, and I'm absolutely wrapped in it. But I'm going to take a little break because on Penny Pitstop's Triumph, it's time she's back on the road. Penny doesn't ride in the winter. She doesn't like riding in the snow and ice and whatnot. She's proved that. She's earned her wings. She has nothing to prove anymore. And she just likes to ride in the nicer weather. So the Triumph's been off the road for about 2 to 3 months, and we want to do a little raft of bits and pieces. We're going to put a new chain and sprockets on it. So there's a video for that. I'm going to use a pretty cool chain compression tool, which I'll show you how to use. They're not expensive. It's a Sealy item. I've got that coming. That's really cool, and it's a proper way to join a chain. In the past, I used to use a hack method of a center punch and a hammer, which still works, but it's subject to a little bit of technique and skill, whereas the proper press, that works. So that's good. What else we got? I've got a service coming up on the Triumph. I'm going to put some pretty cool new shocks on the back. We're going to upgrade the shocks on the back of it from the tech ones to something a little bit more exotic, so that's nice. So I think it's just a birthday for the old Scrambler. I bought that new in 2013. Penny, well, just kind of blagged it from me in about 2015, and she's had it ever since. She's put about 5,000 miles, so the service is coming up. So there we are. It's the basic service and stuff, chain sprockets, and I think she wants some new brakes. So what we're going to try and do is put some EVC discs on it and some sintered pads to increase the bite in the brakes, because they're not the best brakes in the world. And she's not called Penny Pit Stop for no reason. She does ride a bit spiritedly, and she likes the brakes to work. So some work on the brakes, chain sprockets, some service work, loads of stuff. About 10 videos coming up probably on the Triumph in the next, however time that takes, probably 4 or 5 weeks. And in that sense, there's loads of you got Triumphs who haven't seen any Triumph videos for a long time, so I hope that really makes you happy. Now, what I'm going to do now is update the board, because it's a little bit out of date, so it puts us where we are with the project, and then leave you with all the friends. Thank you for watching. Ride safe, see you next time.